Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to the C Kappa Invitationals. It's 2 a.m. here on the Eastern Coast, and I'm already tired. Fnatic versus Arcanys coming up. Let's go ahead and get into this draft, see what's going on here. We've got some good shit happening across the board. This is upper bracket semifinals, ladies and gentlemen. This is kind of a big deal. Let's take a look at the bracket again for the sake of you VOD viewers at home. We've been looking at it on the live screen. This one's actually not updated. Well, gosh darn it. It's Arcanys versus Fnatic in that upper round 3 semifinals. Fnatic did 2-0 Rave earlier today. Check out those VODs if you missed them. Then we got the other set of semifinals, TNC versus Sig Trust. So, actually, a pretty big game on our hands here, of course. No elimination, but the winner of this will be moving on to the upper bracket finals, just one step away from the grand finals themselves. And at that point, well, you're one victory away from a gold medal, from a first place, the blue ribbon, the number one. The pride and glory, and most importantly, that cash money prize.
5 seconds remaining.
Well, let's take a look at this game here. What are we looking at? Fnatic will ban out the Enchantress as well as the Nature's Prophet. Arcanys taking out the Bat Rider and the Chen. Opens up for first pick Invoker here for Arcanys. So Fnatic go with the Outworld Devourer as well as the Earth Spirit. Pretty scary opening here. We've seen the prowess of the Earth Spirit as he moves around. Can put a lot of pressure on the mid lane. Doesn't always scale that well towards the late game, but the magnetized damage early on, the utility from kicking rocks around here and there, it is damn potent. And should match up nicely with the OD. What are the options Fnatic will have here? Grab kind of like a 5-man lineup and really utilize the power of the Essence Aura. You don't usually think of OD as a good kind of sieging fighting hero, mostly because he doesn't really do that much to towers. His orb effect is obviously ineffective, but now that I've got a second aura to put into the mix here, you've got Beastmaster. We've seen what he can do in the offlane with even a modicum farm, and with a lot of it, he can really start to take over. That paired with the Inner Beast, again, that 5-man looking pretty strong here for this. Even just a value point in that Inner Beast makes a big difference when you're talking about those early 5-man rotations. 3 also individually very strong heroes. Arcanys have the beginnings of a pretty scary team fight lineup. The Invoker Disruptor, Kinetic Field, Static Storm, pretty good setup for anything that the Invoker has. Your EMPs, your Tornadoes, even just your, your classic Sunstrike, Deafening Blast, Meteor, what have you. You know, whatever your Invoker wants to do, you're there to guide him. You're there to help him out and make his life easier. A number of heroes that they could try to grab here to try and synergize with this. Something like a Faceless Void could be very good in the off lane, and well, they're going to go the opposite route. They take the Spectre. Big, good safe lane carry there, and as we've seen and talked about, can come online a little bit more early than other safe lane carries, and even more than what you would expect from Spectre. Depending on how Fnatic continue to round out this draft, Spectre might have to go one of those more fighting-based builds, kind of like that Urn Aquila, maybe into a Diffusal first before you get all crazy and excited about moving into that Radiance. Of course, some of it also depends on the lane setups and the level of farm that Spectre gets from Raw CS. If she's getting good farm, maybe gets a couple of assists, you go straight for the Radiance. If not, you go back for that kind of Manta Diffusal style of build. Fnatic do have some options here if they want to run the Outworld Devourer mid or if they want to put it in the safe lane. And this next pick, I imagine, should be fairly telling. There's still quite a few supports left in the pool here. Chen, really the only one that's banned out aside from like a jungling Enchantress. Judging by the games we saw a little bit less than 24 hours ago, Fnatic versus Rave, we saw a pretty heavy priority on greedy junglers. You know, that position 4 Doom just sitting in there, working that Iron Talon, boots moving around. We saw Enigma, Enchantress, those kind of heroes, just level 1 out of the gate, going straight to the jungle and actually finding pretty good dividends out of it. Another hero that we saw quite a bit, again, in that last series, Lion. Very versatile support, lots of disables, big burst damage, and incredible against illusions. The Mana Drain does one-shot illusions. So nice control support for Fnatic. Pairs pretty well here with the Earth Spirit. And now they've got a lot of setup. You got Beastmaster with his stun, and OD can kind of start off the fight with an Astral Imprisonment, catch somebody out of position, give Lion plenty of time to catch up, and then just follow up with a Hex Earth Spike, Finger of Death, and a couple auto attacks from OD, and that's pretty much a kill on anyone that Arcanys has so far, at least, before the Spectre finds farm. All right, well, there you go. There's that greedy 4, and it's going to be Doombringer for Arcanys. We'll see what this 5th pick entails. Of course, it could be off-lane Doom, mid Invoker, and safe-lane Spectre. That's pretty viable here. And I would say that's a little bit more standard. But if you can get away with the Doom in the jungle,
Radiant team ban.
It is definitely greedy. He has the luxury of just being able to go boots first, still farm because of his Devour, still have movement speed because of Scorched Earth, and still be able to do damage, get a mini stun with Infernal Blade. Like, you can't really get away from him. He does a lot of damage, and even though he's low starting armor, he has a lot of HP. Fnatic, though, good read here, kind of recognizing that Doom is likely to be in the jungle. They ban out the Broodmother. Really good offlaner here that they really don't have the tools to deal with.
Turn to pick.
And Arcanys will ban out the Gyrocopter. Good safe lane carry here for Fnatic, assuming, of course, that the Outworld Devourer will be headed mid. I mean, Fnatic could take something here, like a nice mobile carry, like a Slark, something like that. I think could be really good. Pairs okay with the OD. He's got some AoE. The Slark's a little more single target, and they can both do big damage. Doesn't really have any stun, but they could also go for something like a Sven, so they have just another straight AoE stun. Of course, he's going to scale very well. Doom Spectre Invoker versus OD Beastmaster Sven. Sven's been banned out. Well, he would have been a great pick. Fnatic banned him, number 3. Sorry about that. All right, well.
Ursa Warrior.
They take the Ursa. Okay, Fuzzy Wuzzy's the choice.
Team pick.
And the nice thing about Ursa is he does come online a little bit earlier than that OD. Unless the OD really dominates his lane and gets some early momentum, the Ursa basically going to be able to fight with Lifesteal and a Blink Dagger. And even before that, with Lion and Earth Spirit, they can set up on stuns, get people in bad positions. Ursa can follow up with that Earth Shock. Boop, 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 boop. Overpower, Fury Swipes, Ursa combo.
10 seconds remaining.
Yeah, we've definitely seen what that hero can do. It comes online a lot earlier than Spectre, that's for damn sure.
Remaining.
You can really utilize that early momentum and, leverage that early Roche to start to take control of the game, knock down some towers before Spec is really ready to fight. Kind of similar to the Doom. Of course, you can participate in those early ganks, but not trying to go man mode against the Ursa Warrior. And generally speaking, when you're playing the Ursa, you want to be the aggressors. You want them to be intimidated by your bear. Run away, not run at you. A little bit easier to chase them down than the other way. So Arcanys looking for most likely an offlaner here. I think a good team fighter would come in handy. Somebody that can come online. Somebody like a Tide Hunter. Benefit from some stacks, get the Ancients going. Somebody with a good team fight prowess.
10 seconds remaining.
That can also survive in the lane.
Weaver.
All right. Well, that's survivability in the lane. No disable. Kind of down the route that I was thinking. Arcanys have a lot of just raw damage here. Weaver, Spectre, Doom, and Invoker. Really not the most control, though. Weaver and Spectre bringing nothing to the table on that front. Disruptor with kind of an immobilize, the pseudo stun of Kinetic Field. Invoker will probably go Yule's, Cold Snap. Again, Doom has a mini stun than his ultimate, but nothing really concrete like the Lion, who's got 2 good, just solid disables. Beastmaster with his roar and the AoE slow that comes with it. Even the Earth Spirit and all the annoying cancer that he brings out onto the field. I think this Fnatic draft is just a little more well-rounded. Though I think Arcanys probably have a late-game advantage here. Maybe not a big one, but I think their heroes do scale slightly better. I mean, of course, that is depending on how late of a game we're talking. The Fnatic heroes do peak a little bit earlier on in the power curve, especially that of the Ursa. And the OD should match up pretty well as he continues to get more int items also. Aside from the Invoker, not really a heavy int lineup. So that should bode well for the Sanity's Eclipse and even just the Arcane Orb being a little bit more annoying. Heroes with smaller mana pools, they kind of feel that int steal a little bit more. Once he hits you 2 or 3 times, you start to see the difference, especially in that mid game before you have those big mana pool items on some of these cores. Spectre's a great example. She needs every little bit of int she can get. Whoops. 9,000 was not the number there. Actually, never done that before.
30 seconds to battle.
So, all right, 30 seconds to battle here. Game 1 of this best of 3. Again, folks, this is upper bracket semifinals. Winner of this moving on to the upper bracket finals, one step away from the grand finals themselves. Lane setups here looking fairly straightforward. Boombox will be on that roaming doom, playing it in the puppy style. Boots first, couple of regen items.
Begins.
Top bounty going the way of Fnatic, and they're actually both going to go the way of Fnatic here. Ursa as well as the Outworld Devourer. Very nice for our Dire team. Kind of odd that Arcanys didn't really make a presence at either rune. They had the Weaver kind of poke up top, but he didn't even really make a strong go at it. Both teams get their initial wards down. Dire are going to get some coverage of the entryway into the Radiant jungle here, as well as the high ground near their mid in case of rotations around the back. Radiant, they're going to prioritize a little bit of mid vision here. I'll get a lane board down for the Invoker, try to help BNG out against mid one. And then they'll take some vision of the top rune as well. 2-1-2 coming out of Fnatic. 3-4-3 is going to rotate up top and pressure Tiger Lily a little bit. Net kind of ready to fight here if he finds an opportunity, but realizing it's not so likely that the Weaver will make that misstep. Probably one of the only chances they'll get to get a kill is before level 3, when there's only 1 point in that Shikuchi, and it's on a 12-second cooldown. Smallest amount of uptime it has does scale pretty well with that cooldown from 12 to 6 seconds over time. So probably some aggression coming the Weaver's way. Looks like Tiger Lily having a little bit of a connection issue. Oh, classic Tiger Lily. Mid lane should be a bit of a wash. OD can be very annoying and harass quite a bit, though at the same time, once Invoker gets a couple levels, gets a few Forge Spirits out, there is some kill potential with just one rotation. I mean, OD can Astral himself to buy some time. He can Astral the Invoker if he gets aggressive. But needs to be careful of that defensive cooldown. 22 seconds. Let's see what kind of ability goes for here, but Invoker will be able to do something in the lane at least. Boombox getting lucky here. First creep spawn. Finds a pack of Satyrs. This is definitely one of the better creeps to start off with when you're talking about initial Devours. The Unholy Aura is absolutely incredible. 6 HP regen in an aura, mind you, with a 900 radius. So when you're rotating about, really feel that pressure in the lane. And you get the Hadouken. 100 mana. You can use it once. That's cute. But it does do a fair bit of damage. Of course, travels pretty far as well. Arcanys did get a level 1 penalty coming into this game for coming in a little bit late. I think they were about 20 minutes late to the match. So I don't know if that affects pause time at all. But possibly why they're kind of apologizing here. All right. All right, looks like we're good. So a little surprised to see the Earth Spirit just kind of lingering in the off lane. Generally speaking, Beastmaster is one of those heroes that you want to leave alone so that he gets solo experience. Hit level 6 as quickly as possible, get that big utility on the field. One of those heroes that can TP into turn fights, hard to dive, as he can play pretty defensively. And also just a hero that scales well in general with early experience, getting extra points in that Hawk and 4, as well as getting those Wild Axes leveled up. Down bottom, though, we're going to see a rotation from the backside. Ohio, the one that's initiated on here. DJ doing everything he can, but the Shockwave comes out. It's first blood. Boombox getting that bonus gold, and DJ actually not out of the clear yet. They're going to glimpse him back. And this Earth Spirit going to try to boulder roll away. And he might actually make it. Could get denied to the neutrals here. A few more auto attacks, 50 HP. And he'll make it out. Well, shoot.
Illusion.
Nice first blood there for Arcanys. All the while, the Weaver up top was picked off by Fnatic. Completely missed that one as we were watching that fight down bottom. But there is some kill potential, as I talked about. Lion Ursa, he's still level 1. They're going to have a go again. Hex right into Earth Spike. There you go. And you can see how they got the kill last time. 23 HP. The Weaver just barely makes it alive. Has to chew through that salve as he TPs back to lane. This is a tough top matchup. Now mid, we're going to see some setup from the OD. In comes DJ, and BNG in a lot of trouble. Gets off a tornado, but it's a dinky one. Is DJ actually going to be able to finish him off here? He's eating the Fairy Fire. He's trying to get that rune. There you go. It's the Ghost Walk, and he lives. 2 big kills that Fnatic really could have needed here. My God. Both Weaver and Invoker surviving on a handful of HP. But you're still feeling the presence. Look at that last hit chart, and you'll see the 3 cores of Fnatic in that top 4. Safe lane farmer of Arcanys is exactly on point with the off laner of Fnatic, and that's always a bit scary. Mid lane completely dominant by the OD. He was beating the Invoker already, but now that the Invoker's been forced back to the well, I mean, this is better than dying, but not by that much. He's still forced to walk back, slowly regen up, and OD is just farming away in this lane. Happy as a clam. Well, back-headed to lanes here. We'll see a ping out onto the Disruptor. Looks like Fnatic may consider having a go here. Ohio goes in first. Thunderstrike right away, but that Disruptor just can't survive. They've got a lot of damage, and will lay it into play hard as well. Get him down to about half health. That'll be the end of the skirmish. Now back in the mid. Mid one, trying to rotate in. He'll be on the run, and he will survive. I meant to say Boombox rotating in. But no kill quite yet. OD not the easiest target for Doom to find a kill on. He does have nice early tranquils, though. Level 3 in the jungle. Not having a bad time by any means. DJ now rotating back down bottom. I think they want to find a kill on this Spectre if possible. Ohio, only level 4. But does have a boar. Hawk over the tree line here. They'll see the Doombringer rotating over. And they'll just go back to the lane. Tornado mid. BNG trying to do what he can here. 12 CS to the 16 of the OD. Now back down bottom. Doom rotates in. Ohio taking the brunt of the damage. Now he gets glimpsed back, but there's no kinetic field. They might still have the damage. Rolling boulder from DJ back in. They want to get Mackenzie. And I think they're going to find him. Ohio just a little bit too tanky, man. This Beastmaster is beefy in these early levels. He ends up falling, as well as DJ. They almost get the Spectre, but he eats the Fairy Fire and ends up staying alive pretty easily. It's a 1 for 2 in the bottom lane. Definitely not ideal for Fnatic, but at least they get 1 kill out of it. If they had gotten the Spectre there, that would have been fabulous. Beastmaster still farming pretty well. Level 5, though, and by the looks of it, he's going for an early Vladimir's offering here. We'll see if they're just convenient laning items. Sometimes it's nice to trick out your rings. Mid lane. They're going in on the Invoker. BNG in some trouble. DJ sets it up. They rotate in and find the kill. DJ will end up falling. The Disruptor rotates over and will find the damage. Mid one looking for this kill. One more auto attack. Not the right place to juke Disruptor. He walks right into him. It's another kill for Fnatic. Double here for the OD. And this time it's a good trade. They'll be happy to throw away that Earth Spirit for OD to get a double kill. Especially that last one. He'll get credit for a solo kill there. Really good stuff for a mid one. He should be happy with that. How's old Tiger Lily doing? It's still a struggle. Same amount of last hits as the Lion. At least now finding some experience. Halfway through level 4. Could be worse, I suppose. Dying once is bad enough, though. You can see how aggressive Net's being, though. As soon as he sees the Weaver, even near the creeps, just runs in on him. But that's the way you got to play it. If you don't bully the Weaver, he's going to bully you. That's my motto. When in doubt, bully the bug. Beastmaster now level 6. Primal War online. Net diving that tier 1 tower up top. Not even any potential to find a kill without the Lion. Doesn't have any detection, but still happy to kind of put that pressure on. Already, Phase Boots, Morbid Mask, opening up some Roche possibilities here for Net. Could also start rotating into the jungle whenever his heart desires. Give that Lion some solo XP in the lane, get him level 6, maybe a couple of last hits, start moving towards that Blink Dagger. But here we go, Disruptor, Primal Roar, double Boar coming out as well, and the damage is just too much. The Raptor falls. Ohio caught inside of the kinetic field, now on the run. Boombox is coming, Scorched Earth on. He's slowed down from the dagger. Oh, the boulder. It's not a boulder, but it hits him. The Remnant. Ohio might still live. Hadouken off the mark. Play hard. Not going to be able to get him. He might get DJ instead, though. Boulder away, and he's diving for this. Spectre really wants it. Weaver dies in the top lane to the Ursa Lion combo. DJ hits him with another Remnant. They might be able to still find this kill yet. Ohio's got level 1 axes. Play hard. In deep. Has himself the TP. He will make it out. My God, an aggressive exchange. But the Beastmaster does make it away. Now mid one, trying to go in on the Boombox. One more orb attack, and he should have it. He gets Fog, though. Might get some vision from the creep. The Siege one, not there enough. And he can't find it. Mid one's going to have to back out here. Good work from the Doom to rotate around. Now the Glimpse back. Almost catches the Doom in a bad position. Oh, Mackenzie needs to be in trouble. Lion going to die up top. We're seeing 2 fights at once here. Well, that one's already ended. OD ends up getting the kill on the Disruptor. Now Boombox shows himself. He's had some time to regen up. But, man, this OD can just chunk him down. He can orb walk him under the tower, and the Spectre's on the way. Hits him with a dagger. It's a 3-on-1 all of a sudden, but OD drops the hammer, gets the kill there. Might get the Invoker as well. Now the defensive Astral. Ohio's on his way down. I think this OD is done for, but still he gets 2 kills before falling. Sets up for some axes. Does big damage to the Weaver. Does hand over an 800 gold dominating streak, and that is a little bit of recovery money the Scarab really needed. But still, I think an overall win for Fnatic. And of course, this whole time, their other cores are just solo farming. DJ in the mid and Net up top. You look at that experience chart, and oh yeah. Or the net worth, rather, and they are feeling it. It's already about a 5K net worth lead, 3K experience. Fnatic happily in control of this game very early on. DJ now initiated on in mid lane. BNG sets it up. He's got the EMP to follow. Now the cold snap. DJ getting low, now completely out of mana. Haunt will finish him off. And play hard. Will actually reality forward. Goes in onto Net here. Hits him with a dagger. And doesn't want to commit much past that. 7-10, the hero kill score. But Fnatic just finding way more farm across the board. Everyone on their team a lot more healthy. Ohio, now level 8 with the Vlad's offering up on the brown boots. You don't see this build too often. Generally speaking, it is that Necronomicon rush. You can get the level 3 book by like 13, 14, 15 minutes. I mean, you're talking about a pretty damn good time in there. Darn tootin', if you will. And there's a lot of solo kill potential on that build with the Beastmaster. We're going to see a wraparound at the top tower. DJ likely to get doomed here by Boombox. Might not even need it. Rolling Boulder back into the tree line. Silence onto the Doom. He's just trying to buy as much time as he can. 3 heroes dive and they get the kill. And it's a 4-hero rotation now. Invoker on his way in. They're going to try to siege this tower. Well, unfortunate for the Earth Spirit. But looks like a little bit of Roche action here. Net could pretty easily solo it at this point, but Ohio will move in. Give him a little bit extra damage from the boars. Give him that inner beast. And Net will be rewarded with an Aegis of the Immortal here. That'll get him past the amount of gold he needs for his Blink Dagger. We'll see when he wants to pick it up. Arcanys get that tier 1 up top. Last hit goes the way of Spectre. He's now got his Urn phase boots. Maybe a drum on the way for him. Mid lane. Uh-oh, Mackenzie likely to get soloed here by 3-4-3. Kinetic field buys him some space. No vision up on the high ground here, and Fnatic aren't going to be able to find it. Lion finally gets that auto attack. There we go. Now BNG comes in. EMP Tornado. 3-4-3 already out of mana. It doesn't do much. Net in a similar boat. Now mid one on the way in. They might be able to grab the kill here. Doom from Boombox straight onto mid one. Takes the Infernal Blade as well. Cold Snap. He's in a lot of trouble. No Aegis on him. And he is going to go down to Hadouken from Doom. Gets the kill. They trade their Weaver, though. Unfortunate there. 3-4-3 on the backside. Low on HP. Falls to the Haunt of the Spectre. Magnetize has come out from DJ. It's getting him low and sets up the kill onto Boombox. Net still with the Aegis of the Immortal. Actually doing a lot of damage in this fight. The small corridor is working wonders for Fnatic. Arcanys running low on HP. They are going to continue this fight, though. Glimpse back onto DJ. He boulders into the neutrals. Very nicely done. Ohio now tries to turn on the Invoker. One more auto attack, and he won't find it. On the backside, Net trying to clean it up, but won't be able to get in position. And it's a big fight for Arcanys. Looks like a 2-for-4. Pardon me, a 3-for-4 overall. The Weaver died and respawned. About a 1,000 net worth gain for Arcanys and a pretty big fight there. We'll secure the drums for the Spectre, as well as drums for the Invoker here. Already been a drum pickup on the OD of all heroes for Fnatic. Hold that thought, though. Play hard. Gets obliterated by mid one. A dominating streak now going back the way of the OD. Well worth using the ult for that for sure, as it was a kill on the hard carry Spectre. Also a nice little streak there. Net, Blink Dagger, 1,200 gold, still in Aegis. He's feeling pretty good. Things kind of stalled out here, looking at that net worth lead for Fnatic. Still about 3,500 though. Pretty happily in control. They'll just take out this tier 1 tower mid and probably move into the jungle and look to force another engagement. As long as Ursa's got the Aegis, really no reason why you can't continue to fight.
Middle tower has fallen.
We've seen the Magnetize come out from DJ. Helped in that last exchange, at least to get the kill on the Doom.
Perfect location.
But did feel a little underwhelming overall. So far, this Weaver's had a pretty lackluster experience also. He was the offlaner, 1, 3, and 2. A hero that can kind of dominate the offlane against certain heroes, especially as in 1v1 matchups. Generally pretty hard to kill, but Lion Ursa have enough burst damage and control. They can bring him down. And you'll see those two try to rotate in on him. They missed their CC duo, and this time they won't be able to get the kill, but Lion did have a finger available, so if they hit a stun or a hex, that is one dead bug.
Dire's middle tower is under attack.
Here we go. Wrap around the backside. McKen's out. Primal Roar again. They've got a lot of follow-up damage. DJ can't quite finish him off. Now he gets doomed in return. Net goes blinking in aggressively, and DJ dies. They trade 1 for 1, but now Net's ready to fight. Auto attacks coming left and right. They lose their Beastmaster. A fast 1 for 2 and soon to be 3. Net soon to be 4 as well. That's the Aegis down, and it's a botched team fight from Fnatic. Their OD nowhere to be found. Net will come back to life, but almost instantly drop. Gets off as many auto attacks as he can. A disastrous engage. OD is going to get the AFK Courier. That's something. A minor pick-me-up there. But Arcanys kind of breaking this game open. Their cores still have a little way to go before they completely catch up compared to the OD and the Ursa. A tier 1 tower here would definitely help. Fnatic have already glyphed it. They're going to rotate some heroes in, and they're ready to defend. It's mid 1. DJ comes rolling in. Tornado helps break it up. TP will go through, and the tower will stay standing. Looking for the deny here. And Fnatic actually won't get it. Gets finished off by creeps. Unfortunate little misplay there. But not the end of the world for Fnatic. Very minor misplay. And all things considered, they do still have a lead. Their cores are in pretty good shape. Both teams going for kind of combative builds, man. It's a bongo party. 3 drums on the side of Arcanys. We saw them do this earlier on in the bracket. Feels like a bit of overkill to me, but now we'll see BNG initiated on. Primal Roar lines there. Finger of Death, bada boom, bada bing. Now back up top. It's the same story, different chapter. Boombox. Hope you brought your batteries. Magnetize, auto attacks from mid 1. A little ring around the rosy with the Scorched Earth on, but now he gets clipped by the Remnant. Auto attacks from mid 1 will be able to bring him down, and it's another kill for the Dire. Just like that, Fnatic bring down 2 of the cores for Arcanys and regain some of that lost footing. Mid lane, they're thinking about having a go here. Ursa charges it up, overpower, ready to rock. They want this little bug. 3-4-3, no Blink Dagger, but if Tiger Lily just walks a little bit closer, they might be able to find this Hex initiation. And they will just back out. All the while, though, the rest of Fnatic pressuring that tower are rewarded with the bonus gold of a tier 1 tower kill. The rest of the team starting to tighten up. Take a look at Dire Vision here, and boy, do they have a lot of it. Ward, Ward, Ward. They are ready to fight. They want this tower. And actually, they will just back out and instead try to defend bottom and maybe get a kill on the Spectre. You did also go for this early combative build. It's kind of worked okay for the Spec. It's allowed her to keep pace with the Ursa. She's been forced to fight 6, 1, and 7. It's exactly the kind of score you want to see when you go for an item build like this. Kind of make up for that lack of time you spent farming by just killing heroes, baby. Rotation here from Arcanys, walking right through the Dire wards. No smoke used, but Fnatic will be privy to their movements and rotate to the other side of the map. OD pulling a lot of gold here, and all right, there it is. Right clicks the Orchid after saving about 4,500. Interesting. Pretty good item here, though. Of course, having the lockdown from the Orchid, very useful against all these heroes, especially the Weaver, who's not even close to a Linken's or a BKB or a Manta or anything like that.
Radiant's bottom tower
Also gives
is
the
under
OD a
attack.
lot of right-click ability. Great attack speed, mana regen, a little bit of extra int. Pretty much everything OD needs. Not an item you see on him that often. But when you're kind of far ahead like this, not horribly far ahead, but enough ahead, you can use this to continue your momentum and kind of get that snowball moving. Now a smoke from Arcanys, moving across the river right into enemy territory. Fnatic going to smoke themselves. They're going to bump right into each other, but it's Arcanys on the high ground. This should be their fight to take. Doom EMP hit DJ. He'll go down first. Now the Haunt from Spectre goes in. He gets Primal Roared. Second Tornado off the mark, and they're going to turn onto the Spectre straight away. Static Storm, Kinetic Field, not enough. Invoker falls as well. Mackenzie gets left behind. And even with that nice initiation, Arcanys weren't quite ready for it. Couldn't coordinate their spells. And they end up only getting a support in exchange for 3 of their team members. Far from ideal there. Fnatic will clump up as 5 and maybe push this mid lane as well. Woody didn't even use his Orchid in that fight, and they were still able to take it handily. Also, the Necronomicon out on the level 11 Beastmaster, who already has the Vlads. So he's still farming quite nicely. Number 4 on net worth overall. And you can just feel that damage output. The Fnatic 5-man just feels a lot scarier. More stun, more synergy, more auras. The Vlad's, Inner Beast, and Essence Aura. It all adds up. When they're all grouped up like that, boy, is it nice. Especially when Arcanys aren't really using their team fight abilities that well. You know, Invoker has a lot of setup, but it doesn't really combo into much here. Same with the Disruptor. Sure, you can kind of set things up with Kinetic Field, Static Storm, but what's it setting up for? The Weaver and Doom are kind of just looking for auto attacks anyway. Locking them in place is handy, but
Radiant's top tower is under attack.
I mean, sure, some AoE spell damage from Invoker is always good. But with an Invoker Disruptor opener, you're kind of thinking, well, they're going to go for some teamfight wombo combo. And in this game, their draft definitely took a curveball to the right. OD probably moving into BKB next. Has the Mithril Hammer already. We'll see down bottom, Ohio in 343. Could be in the danger zone. They actually ping out the Disruptor. They caught wind of him. He sees him, tries to run away, but it's not going to happen. Necronomicon units just lay into him. It's an easy pickoff for Ohio. The rest of Arcanys just back out and say, yeah, we do not want anything to do with that. That is one dirty Beastmaster.
Roshan has fallen
And
to the
oh, what do you know? It's a dire Roshan. The team with the Ursa and the Beastmaster does it again. 20 minutes in, that's Rosh number 2. And second Aegis will go the way of the Ursa, who is 1 creep kill from that BKB. There it is. And also a Blink Dagger on the Lion. Some huge item pickups here on the side of Fnatic. And hitting that timing where these mid-game items are starting to come online. And because they've got that lead, they've got a pretty big spike in their power curve.
is under attack.
Playhard does have himself the Sacred Relic. Great stuff for the Spectre, and he has recovered farm pretty well. Given that he's picked up drums already, this isn't a bad timing, but Fnatic are aware of how Spectre works and what time she starts to come online, and lo and behold, without the Radiance, when she desperately needs farm the most, they're knocking on the door of this high ground. They'll send Net right up to the tier 3 with the Aegis of the Immortal. They'll get off a couple of auto attacks, and they're going to wait for this next creep wave before they reset. Fnatic maybe just going to retreat here, not going to force the issue. Actually, a little bit surprised. I think they really need to force the Spectre out of that lane, and instead they're just going to TP home. Or at least the OD is, and they're going to handle it that way. Well, maybe Fnatic just want to wait it out for the BKBs. Ursa just had his delivered, and mid one is still about 500 gold off, 600 gold off. A little bit of farming to be done yet. And still plenty of time on the Aegis. And they're just going to back out. Level 3 Necronomicon, 22 minutes. Not the fastest timing ever, but given that he did make a pit stop for a Vlad's, I'd say it's pretty darn tootin'. Earth Spirit probably looking for a Veil. Yeah, there it is. Robe the Magi picked up. Some pretty good synergy here. Some decent magic damage from Beastmaster and Lion. Not the best game for it, but does work very well with the Earth Spirit just by himself. And gives him some nice stats, a little bit of survivability, that extra bit of armor. But there's your BKB on OD. And just like that, Fnatic group up and rotate again. OD TP's mid, and they're headed to the bottom lane, but they need to get there. Arcanys being the aggressors this go-around. Doom goes in, acting like he wants to fight. He's picked up a Gem of True Sight as well. Not a good time for Arcanys to lose a fight. That baby's fresh. You ever read the lore on the Gem of True Sight? My God. Who are they going to find here? Mackenzie on the low ground. Kinetic Field. Going to be way too far forward. Just barely survives a sliver of HP. And not out of the clear yet. Necronomicon unit's going to chase him down. They're going to move into the base, and Doom is actually going to be the one to take that last will damage, but they will get some nice experience and gold out of those Necro units. Would have been a really good pickoff on the Disruptor if they could get it. Great hero to find in the jungle like that. A support that's pretty easy to kill. You don't have to commit hard for it. And he also has a key ultimate that combos with his team. Kind of a core for Arcanys to fight, honestly. Without that ultimate, things are a lot different. Boombox on the high ground walks right into the Primal Roar. Haunt not going to be enough to save the Doombringer. It will yield a kill on the Lion. Tiger Lily brings him down before he can finger. Oh, I take that back. He fingered right away. Still not so bad for Fnatic, though. 1 for 1. They still have the Aegis. They get the tower. Now they're going high ground. Doom, no buyback for 25 seconds. It's a 4-on-4, and they've got a pretty good advantage here. They know Spectre doesn't have his Haunt. Net still with a fresh BKB. Same. Oh, mid one used his. But glimpse back onto mid one. Defensive Astral, they can still fight this. Static Storm Kinetic Field comes out, but gets off a good Astral beforehand. Net going in, going completely ham here. Disruptor dies first. They will utilize the Aegis. But they make some space for the OD, and that's the way to do it. Necronomicon comes out, and they're just chipping at this tower. Pretty good stuff for Fnatic overall. Exactly the way you need to cover the OD in that scenario. And great reaction on the Astral there as soon as he gets glimpsed. Well, all 5 back alive for Fnatic here. Still a long time before Roche comes up. But they do have their Lion with them. I think Fnatic are kind of realizing here that, hey, our Ursa's peaking a little bit. We've got some BKBs. Let's keep this pressure on before this Spectre gets a lot of space. They're going to find Boombox again. He uses his ult before he dies. This could end up setting a kill on Net, but they need a lot of follow-up damage here. Defensive Astral on the Lion will keep him alive. Now the glimpse on Net, but Doom down to about 1/3. They're going to find the kill. Tiger Lily goes in for it. Meanwhile, on the other side, DJ drops the Magnetize, does huge damage, sets up the kills on Disruptor and Spectre. And they are going to get Tiger Lily on the backside. Finger of Death. It's a full 5-man wipe, and they only lose the Ursa on the side of Fnatic. And now we're seeing that teamfight prowess really come to light. Nearly a 3K net worth exchange. Not nearly, it is. And it's that Earth Spirit that makes out big. Gets a couple of kills there. Starting to feel like we could be at the end of the road here for Team Arcanys in game number 1. It's been a pretty noble effort. They put up a good fight, but now Fnatic really starting to pull ahead. And if they get a couple more pickoffs here, kill these heroes a few more times, they should be able to clear out this base pretty easily. 3-4-3 whiffs the stun. Tier 3 towers across the board taking damage now. See a rotation from the Beastmaster towards the mid. 3-4-3. Uh-oh, taking a lot of damage. Kinetic Field, not going to catch him. Hadouken almost gets the kill, but defensive Astral's there. Mid barracks under siege. Spectre finishes off the line with a Haunt and does reality towards the mid lane. They're going to try to go for Ohio here. He tries to TP home, but glimpse back. Good night, sweet Beastmaster. Dominating streak down. They get the tier 3 tower. He almost gets the melee barracks. If Fnatic could have just rotated one more hero, that would have been a Fnatic or a melee barrack secured. But unfortunate they couldn't do it. Well, a little bit of that net worth goes back the other way. About a 2,500 swing for just getting 2 kills. That's how far behind Arcanys is. But now it's 14K overall. Net still with that 10-second BKB and now a Blink Dagger on the OD. Fnatic still in great shape. About a minute till we see what the timer looks like on Roshan. Fnatic could opt to be a little more patient here. Wait for third Roche. Grab that Aegis and Cheese. And then siege in the high ground should be nice and easy.
I was meant to have this.
Good old OD. BKB now out on the Weaver. Still one of the lower impact heroes that we've seen in this match so far. His farm's just too underwhelming to go for any kind of damage items. No way he can get Lincolns. BKB makes a lot of sense here. He's been susceptible to a lot of magic damage. The crowd controls from the Lion, the Magnetize, the Astrals, all that stuff. Smoke from both sides now. Fnatic rotating through the mid and Arcanys rotate up top. They may bump into each other. If they were paying attention, they saw the axes. Net gets broken. Here we go. They go jumping right in. Earthshock on 2, and Arcanys are in a lot of trouble here in these small corners. Looks like the Invoker will be initiated on. Mid one gets off the BKB, but then gets doomed. It's going to mitigate so much of the damage. Less than ideal for Boombox. Spectre haunts in. He finishes off the Lion, but now what do they have? Low on resources as Tiger Lily pops the BKB and tries to finish off mid one. He'll be forced to time-lapse back, and somehow it's a 2 for 2. BKBs are down, and now mid one actually ends up going down. And Arcanys look like they could take this fight. This could be a full team wipe. Net goes down, and DJ will boulder away. TP's out. Great fight for Arcanys.
Dire's bottom tower is under attack. Dire's structures
And
are
my
fortified.
God, they get a lot of net worth out of that. It really seemed like Fnatic were going to be able to take that fight, all things equal. The BKB on Weaver helped him live through the damage.
Dire's bottom tower is
Seemed
under
like the
attack.
Doom on the BKB OD was going to be that nail in the coffin. We can take a look at the replay here in just a second. All right, so take a look at the instant replay here. It's a little bit of smoke on smoke action. Fnatic get the initiation. Earthshock on basically the whole team. They destroy the Disruptor before he can even use his ult. That should be kind of a golden ticket to win the fight. Invoker gets killed second. And then they just kind of get slowly picked apart. Lion in Ohio die to the Weaver, and you start to see that damage from Tiger Lily sneak in. Looks, well, speak of the devil, Tiger Lily dies in the live game. Sorry about that. And then at the end, they're all out of mana, out of ways to finish off these heroes, and they just can't quite do it. And Arcanys showing more than a sign of life. A full Manta completed on the Spectre, another 1,600 gold. And Play Hard has completely closed the gap here. Only a couple hundred net worth behind that of the OD, and it was a world of difference earlier on in this matchup. Roche 3 is up. Probably Fnatic's golden ticket here. Weaver's down. They should just go for it. They've got a Sentry Ward down. They've got the vision control. Ether Lens and Veil on the Earth Spirit now. But they've got sentries down all over the place. Great vision here. They know Arcanys can't visually confirm what's happening. And they'll get Roche.
Roshan has fallen to the dark.
Immortality.
Cheese goes the way of the Ursa. And Aegis will get picked up by the OD. Ooh, there's also an Aether Lens out on the Lion. It's a pretty good item. Especially on the Lion. Fingers from downtown. Really good utility to have against the Weaver. Pretty elusive little bastard. Now he can just sit in the back, wait for him to show himself. As long as he's not BKB'd, of course. Zap him with that Finger of Death. Beastmaster going for a Lotus Orb, maybe? Could also just be the Refresher.
Dire's top tower is under
Possible
attack.
this game. ends here. Fnatic take a fight. And oh, God, they jump on Boombox, and they blow him up. Lion fingers him, and that'll be the end. Now Playhard jumps in. Will bring down the Lion, but the damage has been done. They'll get the Disruptor on the other side. Now BKB's used DJ, just trying to live through it. And he won't. The auto attacks will be enough. Spectre does get away. And similar story to before. It's a 2 for 2. Playhard will TP out inside of his own base, and they get the kill on the Invoker as things start to settle down. Now Fnatic start laying into the barracks, still with Aegis and Cheese in tow. It's a 2 for 3, and a pretty good fight for them. They will get at least one part of the mid lane of barracks here. Melee still standing. Ranged have gone down already. They go in on to Playhard, but he gets Orchided. He will Manta it off. Mid 1 taking a lot of damage here. Remember, he has the Aegis. Of all the targets to die, he could be okay with it. Trying to keep the Aegis alive and bait them out. They go right into Tiger Lily. Net gets a bash. That's the end of the Weaver. Just like that, a little bit of RNG goes the way of Fnatic. And they get a kill on another core. Spectre stays alive. A couple of respawns now. Fnatic in retreat mode. Glimpse onto Ohio. Static Storm, Kinetic Field. It's up, baby. Defensive Astral. Ursa goes back in. Finds the bash on Playhard. OD's there. And they turn it the other way. Spectre falls. Now they want Boombox. Net's the one that gets doomed, but he's got the most HP. Ohio sets it up onto Mackenzie. And they'll bring down the Doom also. Beautifully played by Fnatic. It'll cost them the Aegis, but they play some ring around the rosy that completely catches Arcanys unaware.
Radiant's middle barracks are under attack.
They thought they could get some extra kills as they moved out of the base, but Fnatic were ready for it, and they baited that so effectively.
Radiant's middle barracks has fallen.
Let's pull up that
Radiant's
replay.
bottom tower is under attack.
Looks like it could be the end of the game here. Invoker gets picked off.
Radiant's bottom barracks are under attack.
So here we go. Here's the sequence.
Has fallen. Radiant's bottom barracks has fallen.
Bottom barracks going to go down as well. So Spectre comes out of the base. They glimpse him back. They're like, oh, this is a free kill. We're going to kill Ohio. OD comes in, just barely saves him. Ursa gets the bash on Playhard. OD mans up. They bring him down straight away. Blink into the tree line. Boombox dooms a less than ideal target. We're going to see more heroes get cleaned up in the real game and should be close to a GG. But what a brilliant sequence. So here we go. We'll watch the final fight. BKB's pop. Tiger Lily laying in auto attacks, but won't be enough to save the Doombringer. Playhard doing everything he can, but now Magnetize has come out. Tiger Lily surviving through it, actually, with the BKB on. But now the Spectre falls. The Weaver getting low, and that's going to be it. It'll be GG, called by Arcanys. The Fnatic team fight just superior, and that becoming very apparent here in the latter portions of the game. We talked about OD being a hero that should scale pretty well, and here we are 35 minutes in. That indifference is huge. Connecting at the end there for over 1,100. Well, a fairly back and forth game. Not quite that 90-10% you'll see on some odds. But Fnatic showing that they are the better team here, at least in game 1. And they will start off this series with a win. So with that, folks, we're going to have a short break. Then game number 2 of Fnatic versus Arcanys will be underway. I'm Zyori of moonducktv. It's bright and early here on the Eastern Coast. We'll be back after this short break.